What does incorporating security in SDLC look like?
What does SDLC mean? It essentially means that your application, once it's actually running in production, it is a set of artifacts that are deployed and they work together. Building of those artifacts could be as complex, essentially involving different stages. So you have a design stage, you have a proofread stage, you have a deployment stage, testing stage, validation stage, and all of these different stages of these individual artifacts. And each of those artifacts could be different services. And collectively, when they talk to each other, there is a lot of moving parts that happen. A very common framework that is used in these sort of things is the stride model. So what stride model essentially does is it threat models the application at each of its life cycle. And if you have multiple moving pieces, then you essentially apply a stride model to each of those artifacts. And what does this stride model look like? So stride essentially means spoofing, tampering, so spoofing resistance, which means authentication has to have the right controls, tamper resistance, then repudiation so that non-repudiation can happen. I is essentially information disclosure, that means, and then essentially denial of service and elevation of privileges. These are all models, and there are different tools that exist out there that allow you to actually threat model your application. And if you threat model all of the artifacts of your application that are required to for it to function, then you overall have a stride model, threat model on the whole of your application.